Welcome back to the channel, people. Today I'm going to be talking about the risk and the reward of being a plumber in 2026. Welcome to my channel. If it's the first time and you ever seeing my videos, appreciate if you subscribe, like, and smash that notification bell, because I drop content with facts, but some of my opinions as well, because I've been a plumber for over 23 years and I study the game. I don't make these accusations or make these videos without any thought, and I do a lot of research as well. So let's get on with it, innit? Because I wanted to bring this to my attention of my audience, and I've realized that you don't like talking about stuff like that, and so do I. So I'm going to say a statement from the beginning. Most construction people, tradespeople, plumbers are never ever going to see a K salary in their life. Yeah. And I say it like this because the average earning plumber is around 39,000. That is a long way away from 60. And most people peak at 42,000. 45,000 if you're lucky, if you're on your top end, right? But most people, by the time they're 40s, they are going to see those types of salaries, yeah? So people are going to see those salaries around 40. And when you're around 40, yeah, you're on your way out. Plumbing is a young person's game. Construction is a young person's game. You need energy, you need time, you need consistency to be able to do certain jobs. There might be a lucky few people who get through, but we're going to talk about the general people, because that's what actually matters, isn't it? Everyone isn't going to be that lucky person to get a break, right? And I'm going to talk about the risks, which is a high risk business to be able to have a business like a plumbing business and make money and not go bust. So risk is spending all your time becoming a plumber and actually not focusing on how much money you're earning to be able to earn your full potential before your time starts to dwindle and it starts to go down. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like to hear it, yeah, but I just keep it honest with people, and I do it because I'm a person who's thought of these things before and wondered, why is it not happening for me? Why is it not happening for others? Right? So I've got some statistics up, and I got them when it comes to these types of things by using ChatGPT. So it searches the internet for the right type of data, right? So like I said to you, when it comes to salaries, yeah, most plumbers who have a full-time job, yeah, they're getting 39,000. I'm not here to argue with people, but for another statistic for you to learn about this industry is that 4.2 million people in the UK are self-employed. Quite a lot of people, right? So now I'm going to give you some figures which I've got when it comes to who in the self-employed game is likely to be, what ages are likely to be like increased. So we've got 16 to 24-year-old people. There's 4.9% of those people who are self-employed, right? And then we've got 25 to 49. There's 13.3 people are self-employed. And then you've got 50-year-olds to 56. That is 17.7% of people in the UK. And then you've got 65, which is the highest, which is 35.2%. So what I'm trying to say to people, yeah, is that when I'm saying there's not a lot of people who actually are getting that 60k take home, and how they're actually making more money, which is not really on their trade, is the obvious what you guys are seeing right now is content. Like, how many scaffolding companies, how many builders, how many bricklayers, how many plumbers, how many electricians make nothing but content, especially on a platform like this, YouTube. You're monetized, you can make money from it, yeah? And it's another revenue which tops up your wages. So I don't want people to be, just, oh, you can never make X amount of, you can make a certain amount, but it's not just going to come from the trade, right? As we know, the trade is suffering from saturation. We've got a lot of people who don't have the money to be able to do things nowadays. You've got a proportion of people who are handymen, fix-it guys, someone who can do something. Your dad will do this. Your dad knows how to connect the washing machine up, so you're not going to call out a plumber. That little 60-90 pound job, you're not going to call a plumber because you're going to go onto YouTube. There's so many people who specifically just go onto YouTube for these little jobs, which might be around the house. Oh, you know what? I want to change the taps in the bathroom. Do you know what? I know how to turn the water through my house. I'm going to attempt it myself. I've been called out to a few people who are new homeowners. They have a couple of tools. They're not tradespeople. I don't know what they do. I don't generally ask people what you do when I come to your house, when they be like, oh yeah, mate, I messed up the sink, I messed up the tap here, or I tried to do this job myself. Like, I just need you to fix it. Okay, cool. I'll come and fix it for you. It's going to be X. Right, cool. I'll pay for it because I can't have the place in, and I thought I was doing it. But it might be like a specific example was someone done that and they didn't tighten up 2 nuts, so it was just leaking a little bit. So if he would have took just a little bit more time, been a little bit more patient, he could have done it himself. But the scare of the water coming out and flooding his place, he said, no, I'm just going to get someone in. I'm just going to pay for it, right? So I walked in, done the job. Probably took me, I had to undo some of the pipework what he'd done because some of the hoses were tangled up in it. So I know that's going to stop the flow of water coming out like it needs to be coming out. So we don't leave any kinks in any hoses. Something what he didn't know. But again, I'm not going to tell everybody everything when I walk through their door. I'm going to say it's done. And I'm going to explain to them what it was, what I'd done at the end. But it's done, innit? And I'm just going to need to get paid at the end, innit? So let's talk about salaries, innit? Because I've said to you, this video is mainly about, is it worth it? And me making the statement that most plumbers, even getting PAYE take home salary on a 60k, you're only gonna take home 45k after tax. So no one can get away from tax or national insurance in this country because it's just impossible, isn't it? So I just want to give you some more figures here when it comes to take homes and stuff like that. So if you're like a self-employed plumber, yeah, and you're thinking about going down that route, yeah, you have to be taking home anything from 80 to 85k gross to be taking home 60k a year. And if you want to take home 75k a year, right, you have to be grossing 105k a year. It's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. So it's difficult. I won't say it's impossible, but what I'm saying is that most people are making the revenue from content. Most people are making the revenue from little brand deals and stuff, what they're doing on top of that, because it adds up to your salary, right? Every day, you can't guarantee that you're going to be killing it and making your quota. Let's say your quota is like £500 a day. I'll ask any plumbers, we've got 4,000 people who are subscribed to this channel now. So there's enough people to say, do you make £500 a day? Keep it real. Keep it a buck. Don't lie to other people. I don't need to lie to other people. I've been a plumber for 23 years now, and I do not make £500 a day. It's a fact. But if I go to work, I know I can make. If I'm working 6 days a week and I've got a good job, yeah, I can see 2 grand. You know, I can see that. I can honestly see that after the tax and stuff like that. But am I seeing that normally when I'm doing my work? No, I'm not going to lie to people. One thing I'm not on my channel is a liar. I just don't see the point in it. You know, we don't have great communication, me and you as an audience, if I lie to you about money, what I'm getting. You don't see me do videos about, look how much I'm earning and, oh, I made this on this quick job and I made that. It would be very nice, but in real life, it doesn't fucking happen, people. It doesn't happen. And what I'm seeing when I go to work, yeah, I'm seeing most of the workforce who I work with on a general basis, they're over the age of 45 going on to 55, right? So those people have a level of experience, but they've chose not to be out there in the field. Might be for their own reasons. It's stressful sometimes having your own business. There's a lot of things what you got to do, a lot of moving parts. I'm not saying that people can't get it right, but I'm just going to tell you another statistic which I got from ChatGPT, and that finds these statistics through HMRC. So again, I'm not here to lie to my audience about something which I can honestly just read off to you. I'm just going to tell you the truth, right? So let's talk about age groups and how much roughly they'll be earning, right? So earnings by age, yeah? And this is something people need to listen to. If you're 22 to 29, yeah, earnings by age by HMRC is 28,000 to 34,000, yeah? And if you're 30 years old to 39 years old, we're looking at 38,000 to 42,000, right? And if you're 40 to 49, we're talking about 42,000, sorry, to 45,000. And you being 50, because I know some people are a bit older who watch my channel, so 40 to 43. And then it starts to go back down. If you're 60, it's like 38. Do you get it? So someone who is maybe in their early 30s and someone who's in their 60s is roughly earning the same type of money. But you know, someone in their 60s, they might not have a mortgage anymore. So they might be okay with that. But someone who's in their 30s, early 20s, they might be looking to get a mortgage and getting into the trade. It might be like a side hustle now and not a main hustle. I've said it in one of my videos before where I've been in the trade for so long and I've said to myself, I'm not taking it as serious as I used to before, because I know there's loads of other things which are much more lucrative for me to be able to do. Like, I've understood that my experience within the industry, yeah, is way more valuable than some of the work what I'm actually doing. Like, people don't understand that. Like, I'll say it again, my experience as someone who's been in the industry for 23 years is probably more valuable than my work, like what I do. And it's because, one, I know how to convert it into a video form. That's one thing. But another thing is that I've been able to teach for a number of years and transfer my skills without not doing the labor to make money. And I realized that a long time ago. I mean, I didn't plan to go down that route at all, yeah, because one, I'm very proud of being a plumber. I'm very respectful of plumbing work because I know what goes into it. I know that getting up at 6 o'clock is no joke. I know that being ready for work is no joke. I know that every day could be a long day. A fuck up could happen when we're on the job. How are we going to repair that? How are we going to fix this? How are we going to solve the problem which we have today? I'm not going to moan, and I haven't been moaning about how much I get. You know, I'm a person who, yeah, 400 to 450 upwards, I'm kind of happy with that day, because I know it doesn't happen all of the time, but it's as close as I'd be getting to like £500 a day personally. And I say that respectfully. It's not because I don't go looking for jobs like that, or I don't price things for like that. It's just the economy which we're in at the moment, yeah, it just doesn't seem to allow a lot of people to pay you a rate like that. You know what I mean? And I've been in the big league. I've been in Chelsea. I've been in Fulham. You can see videos of me there. This is all proof for myself, you know. And I study. I go on to LinkedIn. I go on to Indeed. I go on to Read. I go on to all of the platforms, CV Library, and I often look for jobs which are high paid jobs. But you can understand there's a lot of people who are going for these roles, and there are a lot of competition, you know. But those salary types of jobs are going to work you to the bone, to the bone. There's no going around it. Like, people want your blood, sweat, and tears when it comes to things like that. You know, I've met a few different companies, and I've spoke to them over the phone. Oh yeah, we can pay you 70k, we can pay you this, we can pay you that. One time a geezer told me he could pay me like 70 or 80k, yeah. And he goes, what we do up houses, and we give people their separate projects, and then we sell these houses and stuff like that. Like, but we gut everything. So we do the drainage, we do radiators, the heating, we do the waste, we do everything what you can think of, the ventilation as well. So they're going to do everything, but everybody has their projects. And I thought to myself, wow, that's a great way for you to maximize and do stuff. But at the end of the day, it's not mine. It's a good idea, but it's not mine. I'm just a worker. And I don't really want to be a worker for other people, because if I understand how to do it for other people, I should learn how to obviously do it for myself. But I don't have the capital to put up to buy properties and just start doing flips. But when you do have this trade, yeah, you definitely do have that as an option. Is a very big option. Like this, that's what my channel is actually going to turn into one day. It's going to turn into me doing fixers up and doing the content and actually making the money from it. And I will show people the transparency of that. That's like the plan of my channel. But I've not only got to talk myself into that position, I've got to make sure that I've got all of the life skills to be able to do that. And what I've wanted to say on this video is that the reward and the sacrifice. The sacrifice is all of the years. The years I will never get back. I'm thankful that I'm able to, you know, put a kitchen in, put a bathroom in. I'm thankful that I'm able to hang radiators. I'm thankful that I'm able to go into a bathroom and say, do you know, I could do this whole thing. If it's a straight swap, if we're going to move stuff about, if we've got a layout, if there's drawings for me to read, if someone wants a walk-in shower, if someone wants a pedestal which is looking like a, I don't know, like, you know, people get like wooden sinks and stuff like that. I could do something like that, because me personally, I spent time learning certain things about carpentry, speaking to people who are joiners, but that's took so much time and effort that at some point I'm going to have to put it to practice, you know. And I think the next generation has got to learn how to operate within this industry and to not fall underneath those people who are earning the less amount, you know, because when they get into this industry, all they want to do is earn money. Just like me, I just wanted to earn. I didn't want to have much problems with getting on with stuff, but honestly, that's what I do. Honestly, I be honest on my channel and I say, where can we evolve? Where can we change? And I've seen it with my own eyes. Getting into this industry and not learning about where it's going or how much people are getting paid is definitely going to affect you in the long run, because at the end of the day, we all want to have a family, kids. At some point, you might even have to look after your mum and your dad. I might have to do that. So I always need to make sure that I've got a certain amount of money. You know, I don't do plumbing for the sake of just doing it. There was a point when I was just doing it, yeah, but I started to wake up and smell the fucking coffee and realize to myself, you know what? This ain't making sense. I make more money out of content. And I do at some points, at some calendar months, yeah, in my own personal life, with my 10 years of being a content creator, collaborating with brands, doing stuff, I've made more money. So I've seen the light for myself. I've seen, okay, there's a lane there for me to make money. Why am I not going to explore it? Why am I not going to use my expertise to be able to help the next generation, but also be the voice of truth? You know, there's nothing wrong with telling people the truth. Like, the truth in the statistics is that generally people are not making more than £40,000 a year. And I'm not saying those people who are making 39k are not working on the weekend, because some of them might be, some of them I might not be. But there's a point in everybody's life, yeah, where, all right, I'm going to do 2 weekends. I need 2 weekends off. I need to rest. I'm human, just like everybody else. You cannot go full blast at everything, because there is something which is called burnout, and you will all burn out. And it's happened to me. There's been points when I've worked 6 days. Next week, need to work 6 days again. I'm just going to do another 6 days. And then I might do 5 because I'm bloody tired. And it's stressful. It's hella stressful trying to do some of these things as well. And if you look, yeah, at like some of the younger generation who work on the underground, that do the night work, they're the people with the new cars. You look at, you go to like so I went to Screwfix, yeah, live, yeah. And when I look around in the car park, yeah, and I look around at people's, you know, no one's working at this day. So yeah, you might travel in your van or whatever, but 99% of them people, they ain't got a new car. They can't afford it. But they love the trade. And I respect all of these people for loving the trade, because I love the trade. But I don't love it enough to make me fall under where I can't get up, or where I'm not able to be able to scale anything, because all my fucking money is going into plumbing. I don't see the sense in that, you know. That's why I do these lives with information from HMRC and information which is just generally online, people, but we all turn a blind eye. Some of us are not as money driven. I'm a tourist. I'm very money driven. I don't have to lie to people. Like I said to you at the beginning, my channel's not about lying. My channel's about transparency, growth, and evolving as a plumber. And you guys, some of you need to just wake up, smell the coffee, see what's going on, see that the industry is changing, right? We need skilled people, but we're oftenly not even paying the skilled people the rate what they should be being paid. And even when they go elsewhere, they still might not get it, because There's a statistic what came up here which I want to discuss. Yeah, it was to do with a certain percentage of people who are in the UK getting over a certain amount of money. I have to bring it up because it's on my tongue, but I actually can't remember what it said. 1 second. I hope everyone's enjoying the live right now. If you're in the live, do smash the like, because this does help out with my videos. My videos is about me being transparent, people. Again, some people don't like it when I tell the truth when it comes to risk and reward. You know, there is a number when it comes to the amount of businesses which actually make it in the UK. And if anybody knows that, because that's not what this video is about, but if you know that, just put that in the comment section. Right, I found it. The data shows that the top 10% earners of self-employed, yeah, are roughly around 77,000. That's 10%. There's only 10% of people that are in that. And you're going to have to fight hard to get in that 10%. And look, people, this is just factual stuff. Like, everyone can search all of these things, you know. I'm not a person that says it's not worth it to be in this industry. I'm just saying, wake up, smell your coffee, understand why you might not have the same as Paul down the road. Paul down the road has got a job where his outgoings is not the same as yours. He's not paying £15 a day to travel into West End to do a job. He's not paying 80, 90 pounds a week on diesel just to drive about to do jobs. That diesel a couple of months ago was £60, £30 extra every single week. It adds up. It adds up so much, people. Like, overheads, having an office somewhere, having your van signposted, all these things add up. Even having t-shirts with your net adds up. Things are not the same price as what they used to be. I just like to tell people how it is without not adding in any extra spice, you know. Like, I understand that the UK needs a certain amount of plumbers. That's cool. We can turn them out. But are you going to pay them what they need to be paid? Are you going to pay construction people what they need to be paid? Yes or no? You know, I understand that we've got an influx. We've always had an influx of like Eastern European people that are coming to do work. And some of the work is quality. Some of it is shit. I'm not going to lie. And some of it is at the point where like they're doing it so cheap that people who are here trying to get by, you just can't compete. I'm not going to lie to you. You can't compete. And it's not a kick at them neither, because bottom line, when it comes to everyone in construction, yeah, you come to get money. Whether all of the circumstances are right for you, there are a lot of people who just go with the flow, go with the flow, go with the flow. I went with the flow to try and help a family business, which I thought I was part of at some point. And after a year or 2 years, I realized that you're fucking paying me the lowest rate where you could ever fucking pay me. Like, I'm better off going and having a job, a 9 to 5. Even though I enjoy making the content, even though I enjoy just being out in a van, even though I enjoy jumping in, doing jobs, seeing customers' faces, making sure that something's right. It's not worth it for me personally. It's not worth it for me in them scenarios. You know, I never had any big plan to, oh, I'm going to make money off of content. I'm going to do, I just make content, and I have been making content for the last year on my page without it being monetized, just for the love of the game. Nothing else. And now it is becoming monetized. Yes, I will make some money, but I'm not going to be making hundreds of thousands of pounds. I want to know, to my followers, there's 4,000 of you guys out there. There's like, how many? There's more than 10 people on the live right now. How do you feel about the industry today within construction? And most of you guys must be getting 39,000 a year, because that's the statistics. You know, you can't run away from it. Are you having to budget more or cut your prices? Because there's got to be some type of seesaw somewhere. You know, you either lower down your prices, or you budget your builds, so therefore you walk away with more profit. I like to do fair business with people. I don't overcharge people. I've been on social media for so long. You don't see anybody writing any comments underneath my video saying he's an overcharger, he prices too much, he's ripped me off, he's done this, because I learned from just being fair. And when you look at the fair market nowadays, yeah, it's just very hard to earn a living. And like I said, I go to a workplace. Most of the work people are in their 50s, if not coming up to 60s, 65, 67. And these people don't, when I say they don't, yeah, I don't think these people are at the point where they've got enough money to retire. There's not an exit plan for them. So they're just still going to stay in it till they can. Because some of them have got shit pensions. Some of them didn't prepare for what is coming within life. What type of plumbing do you do? I do every plumbing, bro. I do heating. You can see it on my page. You see me swapping boilers, doing boiler jobs for a long time. Again, this might be a new person. I shouldn't. I do heating. I do general plumbing. Yeah. We do repairs, leaks, fixes, leak detection. I do, and I have done insurance work for Asprey. You can see that's one company that I work with, which is from West London. And yeah, that's the type of plumbing what I do. Again, I do commercial. I've worked for residential, high end. I used to work in Chelsea in Kings Road. So I've been to Premier League of plumbing, of where it is at its highest, where you're going to get paid the most. I've worked at data centers. I've worked in critical environments. I work in a critical environment right now, but I just don't like to tell people where I work. But everybody knows what is a critical environment. Data centers, and there's other places are critical environments. That's what I'm going to call it. I've worked in all of these environments. Again, just because you're a plumber, just because you're mechanically biased, yeah, it doesn't mean that you're going to get the highest wage. Yeah. Teachers at college are not teaching skills to people. They are subbing it out. Oh, you know what? You see, let's nobody try and get at lecturers, yeah? A lot of lecturers who I know, they do not do hands-on work because they haven't got that experience. That's not who they are. They're technical people, right? And when you deliver a course, it doesn't mean that you need to be as good on the tools as you are to explain and to reiterate the course, because that's what the lecturers do when they're there, right? So they have a very hard job to do, because a lot of FE colleges are shit. I don't care if people don't like it. They're shit because they don't have work experience lined up for people. They are a business. Let me just say it to you like that. You guys think that college is like just a place where it's a business, man. It's a business. They get paid by the government to have kids there. They get paid more money to have kids who are ADHD, who have been kicked out from homes, who are problem, Like they've got a lot of problems going on in their life. They get paid more money to have those people or young people on the course than someone who has left college and they got 2 or 3 GCSEs. Woody woo, you lot didn't know that, but I'll just tell you that right now. That's how it is. That is a fact. That's just how it is. It's sad to hear that that's what goes on, yeah. But like I said, I've been a plumbing lecturer for 9 years. I've seen it through and through. It's a money making scheme. I don't know if you lot knew that, but it is just a money making scheme. For HMRC, what? HMRC definitely has the correct information when it comes to people being a plumber and stuff like that and a mechanical engineer. What? Diesel mechanical. What are you talking about, mate? Right. I think this person's saying HVC and building services is a good for this. Is it good for this? So I work in building services, yeah, and class as HVC, which is HVAC, or anyone mechanical, which is someone who does gas, plumbing, and gas, plumbing, and heating, right? You're a mechanical engineer, right? It's mechanical first. Building services, yeah, are good, yeah, but they don't pay on a super high rate. Just be real with you, they don't. Like, because you're only looking after plant what's there. They still have got to get subcontractors in to service some of the plant. Perfect example, I used to work at a high-end residential place in Kings Road. We got ground source heat pumps. We've still got to get people in. We've still got to get someone in who is gas registered to be able to service the boilers as well. The boilers are obviously, they're not normal size. They're module boilers because they got communal heating and stuff like that. So all of those boilers have to be serviced at some point, and it's just not going to be like someone who just comes in who does your boiler at your house. It's very different, right? And obviously, when you go into building services, everything is priced at a certain price. There's not margins for you to be earning 70, 80 grand. You won't see them jobs, you know. You could go to Knightsbridge, you could go to fucking Chelsea. Remember, I've been there. I was in Chelsea last year. I was in Fulham Road last year. If you watch any of my working for 72-hour videos, I'm in Fulham Road, Chelsea, Kings Road. That's where I am. Yeah, look, building services, yeah, has a better work-life balance. I will admit that. And you still get time to obviously do your own thing, but you know, you'll be lucky to touch 50K. I mean, I've been getting those types of wages since I was 30, maybe 30. Yeah. So for the last, I don't want to tell people my age, but for at least I've been getting that for way over that since the last 9 years. To keep getting that now for 9 years, I mean, it's not an increase. The money, what is 50K, it's not that much anymore, people. I just wanted to bring a little balance, but I want you guys to listen to everything what I said in the video. The points were that most plumbers are never probably going to see 60K unless they get like a building service job or they got their own jobs and they're making content out of them, because the content is going to bring you the extra £500, £1,000. If it's a good video, people might view it again later. They might watch it, learn something from it. But making content is time consuming as well. Again, some people don't want to do it. Me making content and actually explaining how I do stuff has got me more customers, for one thing. It's a great way to advertise yourself, but it is time consuming. And some people are not camera friendly people. They don't know how to do the whole balance of trades while being an influencer or being someone of interest which people are going to watch, because it's very hard to be an interesting person online speaking about some of the mundane things what you do for work. All right, now we're going to connect this up here and we're going to do that. Like, you've got to kind of like have someone there, you know. As many times as I've filmed jobs and had camera sitting on a tripod angling at me or whatever, it's only from one angle. I need to show things close up. I need to get what they call B-roll shots. It's necessary to get a cameraman nowadays. A cameraman's gonna cost you £400, £300. So you got to make sure that your videos, at least you're making 1,000 and something, at least £1,000 from them, or else it's not really worth it. But there is ways how to do it. I would say that building services and maintenance it's always been classed as an old man's job, but it's more stable and you've got more of a chance of being consistent along the board to be able to make and save money, to be able to put in for other things what you want in life, innit? Being self-employed today is very what they call volatile. It's a high flow cash industry, plumbing. Yeah, no one can get away from it. You need money to operate. Most businesses go down because they don't have the cash flow. Most businesses go down because they don't have the cash flow to pump into the next project, or to pump into advertisement, or to pump into getting leads, because a lot of companies, they pay for leads. You got a lot of these companies what are out there which generally look for leads in London, look for leads in your area. So they make your website SEO friendly. So when someone goes onto your website and they're looking for a plumber in, let's say we're in Chelsea, right? Plumbers in Chelsea, Chelsea and Sons Plumbing. Boom, your thing's going to come up. That's going to cost you £900. Let's say it cost you anything from £750 to £3,000 a month to be able to get that space on Google. These are the things that people just don't talk about, you know. And most of your customers are online. They're not at the chip shop waiting for you to walk in your plumbing gear. You know, this doesn't work like that. Thank you for you lot popping off with some of the questions today. Today's been kind of a good one because, look, I came in thinking about how I'm going to make this video, because my whole point of making any of these videos is being transparent. But I'm never telling anyone it's not fucking worth it. I'm telling people that I make it work for myself, but I be honest about it. I don't lie to you lot about it, you know. Like, content for me has definitely helped me like that. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to help everyone. Facts. It's not going to help everyone. But I tell people about the things which give you that edge for your business. Like, I don't think other people want to kind of tell you some of the secrets. Big up Broski, who just joined the stream just now. Thank you for joining. I just like to be honest with people, you know. And if you like honest content, you should subscribe to my channel, because I do these live streams when I come back from work, sometimes having a long day, thinking about the things which I know are necessary to talk about, you know, the risk and the reward. I've risked a lot of my time when it comes to being a plumber. I've risked it because it's time in my life what I'm never going to get back. I've got super life skills. I mean, I'm so proud of the life skills what I've got in life. I'm not gonna lie to you, look, I'm ultimately proud. I'm ultimately proud that, you know what? One day, yeah, my nan, God rest her soul, she's passed away now, yeah. Her boiler wasn't working. She's an old lady, so she was like, my nan's not Jamaican, but she's Caribbean, right? Oh, grandson, the boiler's not working. I don't know what to do. So I've said, don't worry, Nan, I got you. And all it was low pressure. You know, I saw the fault code. I knew what it was. So I got round there for my nan. And my nan was like, oh my God, thank you that I got someone like you in my life, because I don't know how much people would have charged me for something like this. And all I can say to you lot was, it was one of those moments which, it was never about money. It was about the principle of me having the skills to be able to do it. You know, it brought so much joy to my heart to be able to do something for my nan like that, and for her to be able to see that I'm able to fix things, you know, because I was a man who always grew up with Scale Electrics. I was a man that always grew up with Meccano. That's how old I am, right? Lego, building stuff and being able to fix stuff. And I've realized that even if in the UK people are not going to pay for my skills, yeah, other places in the world, they are going to pay for them. I've just got to risk a bit more of my time, put myself on a plane and go there. You know, I've seen so many people in my comment section say that you should go to America. And that might be one part of my journey at some point, people. It's just figuring it out and making sure that it's not time wasted. You know, there's a lot of countries which I can go to work, and having an MVQ and it being in the Commonwealth, your skills and the qualifications what you get can be converted over into those countries quite easily, and you're able to work and you're able to get a good wage. You know, licensed plumbers in America is like 100K plus. You know, you can live a good life, bro. You can actually live a good life, you know, but you got to get the paperwork. You know, as long as you've got the paperwork, you've got something. There are a lot of options, but this video was based on talking about the problems which most of us are going to face, which is we're not going to see 60K a year. And that's not the be and the end of life. Money isn't everything, but we fucking need it, because that Gucci, it looked good on me. No, I'm joking, people. I just want people to win. And, you know, like, there's a point, if you was listening and you didn't get any game or you didn't get any gems, listen back to it, because I've said them already. I've said points where you can excel. There's everyone who has a skill, a trade, and is qualified. There's always a career for you as the teacher. There's always a career for you to help the next generation. There's always some money for you to make within this industry, but you've got to start looking outside, because I look on the platforms, all of the platforms which are meant for construction people, and I find it hard. So I like to sometimes come to the internet and be a voice of reason, so other people can realize, you know what, you can do it if you do it like this. If you strategically line it up, you can get to this point, guys and girls. You know, it's doable. And like I said, I've been to the big league. I've been in West End. I've been in Sloane Square. I've been where the billionaires are. I've been in Knightsbridge. I've been doing jobs around there. But again, saturation. There are people that are going to do it for cheaper than me. I'm not willing to barter about prices at this time in my life, because there are other things which I can do to also earn a revenue. And I know that, you know, I'm not going to tell you that I don't. Like I said at the beginning of this video, there was a time when some of the content which I've made and some of the collaborations which I've done, I've collabed with British Airways, I've collabed with Lucasade, I've done Regatta, I've done a lot of things, and I've been fortunate to do a lot of things, and I've done all these things by being a plumber. I play myself. They're not asking me to be anybody else, asking me to be a plumber, and what's it like for you to be a plumber, and they're paying me to talk about it, you know. And I've realized that's another avenue. Even though there was a lot of the time I was, I don't want to be an influencer. I don't want to be known as this. I don't want to be known as that. listen, shut up, man. When I hear people say that, I've heard someone say that recently, and my words to him was, shut the hell up, man. Like, be thankful that people are looking at you in a place of influence and people are looking up to you in life. There are a lot of people, a lot of grown ass men that will never get looked up to in life anyway. So if people do give you that platform, you know, it's up to you to try and work with it, help others if you can. And if it's your calling, gravitate towards it. It's not all the time that you're going to make money. Sometimes things are going to be for free, you know. But I've got a lot of ideas what I want to do with my plans and what I would like a lot of other plumbers to do, because there are so many plumbers that watch my videos, you know. When I made a impactful video about putting down plumbing and focusing on my life, kids, family, my partner, my mum, my dad, I want to do more stuff with my family. There was over 350 people what commented. And I know I touched a real nerve with people on that one because I said some real shit. If you ain't watched it, go back and watch it. But it's only because I want to focus on different stuff in life. Like, we all can't just be doing the same thing all the time. Same thing. We've got to evolve. I've got to evolve. I'm not a stagnant person. I see something, I think, yeah, I can do that. Like, and I'm going to try because getting older, just like everybody else. But yeah, peeps, I want to know what your thoughts are about what I've said about most plumbers that will never really earn. Most people in construction will never really earn 60k, and they could get a normal 9-to-5 job, and they could get 50k, not 60, but 50 is doable. You know, and if you do some jobs on the side or you start working the weekend, you could bump your wages up. You know, it's not bad. Like, not everyone out of these 4.2 million people who are self-employed are even going to make 60k, because to be in the 10%, that's 77k, and there's only 10% of people in that out of the whole 100%. So think about it. These are statistics what I like to give to people, you know. I'm listening to the tourists. Listen, I gotta go, people, man. I gotta have my dinner, man. Thank you all for checking in, man. There's quite a lot. I think this is one of the most amount of people that have popped up to the live. But I appreciate you lot. And don't go without subscribing, people, because my channel is just about things like this. I like to give reality conversations with people. I like my community to drop comments, to share, to also jump in the comment section, because without you guys being on the videos, commenting, doing these things, there's no point in me doing any of these videos. Yeah. So join the community, cost nothing. I'm just here to help, but also to create some type of thought process within yourself, man, because I do the actions for myself, innit? I just hope other people do them for themselves, because my page, I better myself from my page and I vent from my page as well. But I also want to help you guys as well. We've given you some type of insight into, oh, maybe I could do that. Maybe I could explore this. Maybe you can. People told me I couldn't be Mr. London Plumber, but I am. I've been Mr. London Plumber for years now. Never stopping. Going even harder. Like, share, and subscribe, people, man. I'm out. Peace.